There's so much going on in that office right now. The tea is gonna be hot, season 2.
Virtual reality.
This is all about you because we are so excited that you came to join us in studio. After the entire world, us included, were obsessed with season 1 of Owning Manhattan.
Thank you. I'm so obsessed too. It's like, I mean, rightfully so, right?
Yeah. No, but it was good. I've had people stop me that's like, I don't even watch TV, hate reality TV, love Owning Manhattan. So I've had those conversations where people feel like it was like some like a beautiful drama, like a Oscar-winning drama or something.
Well, and do you know the thing about Owning Manhattan is, like, obviously we have Selling Sunset, Selling the OC, Buying Beverly Hills, but this one felt so different. When you were watching it back, did you also feel like it felt different than the other real estate shows?
It to me it did.
Yeah.
Because I was probably expecting something more along the lines of what they did, but I think the interesting part of this one was it was really raw and authentic. Like, I was almost worried for Rob's, like, are we really going to show all this stuff? He's like, let it fly, you know? Like, nothing was, like, really postured, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that gave us, like, our humanity. It gave us a little vulnerability. Like, it's like what you're seeing is what you're getting, you know?
And I'm just because, like, we were talking a little bit before about how, like, you've just obviously always so busy and still so busy. How has the show changed your work at all? Does it still just feel like every day's kind of normal, or like has it added more pressure to y'all because of the show, or anything like that?
I mean, you're definitely not working in silence anymore. I mean, people are like watching everything you're doing.
Yeah.
But I definitely have like clients who are like hunting me down right now to like I'm literally running here to like head to Queens for like a meeting for this developer who just hit me up. You know, he's like, "Can we meet today?" And I'm like, "I guess so." And I'm like, having to really maximize how much I get done in 24 hours because there's just so much new work. We're filming season 2. I don't know if you guys got the news.
Yes.
For season 2. So that means we have to obviously, you know, I got to get my house in order, you know?
Yeah. What lessons did you learn from filming season 1 that you're going to take into the experience of filming season 2? Because I feel like, I mean, I've never been a reality TV star, but I feel like your first season, you probably go into it kind of
You have no clue
blind.
what's happening. Yeah.
Like,
You don't have any clue, yeah.
and now you know what the final product can be, and
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like going to impact the way you move through it this time.
Yeah, I think you just have to be very organized because you're dealing with producers and people, like, you know, your buyers, your sellers, the building, you got to get in, the doorman's got to know, like, you just have to be very, like, punctual for what they need, because unfortunately the producer can move on quick. Like, if you take too long to drag on to like get your people ready, or like, because they'll tell you like, hey, we want to film here tomorrow, like we see you have this hot listing, can you like pull it together?
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, we got to get the house in order, and sometimes you got to get the cleaning people in there. You can't like wait to, like, is Thursday better for my client? Like, you got to tell your client, like, it's tomorrow, like, let's try to nail this scene, you know? You know, you don't want to think. You want to just be. Like, if you have a really good thought, you just want to say it, right? And I think that comes with two-edged sword, because you don't want to think so much where you're contrived and like you think about how people are going to react to what you say. So you want to just be who you are, but at the same time, you have to like express like what is not making you happy, like what is making you happy. Like, you're not letting anything just fly under the radar.
Are there
You know?
moments from like watching back season 1, now that you kind of know how the belly of the beast operates and everything, are there moments that you're like, oh, I should have said that? You know what I mean? Like, do you look at everything
my
differently?
God.
Yeah, like where you're kind of like, now that you know it is like kind of a more raise your voice environment, like,
Yeah,
is there anything
yeah.
that's like, oh, if I had something to say there, I would have said it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, not
Now's your
crazy.
chance.
No, and it's nothing crazy. Sometimes it's just like, why was I not saying anything in that scene? You know.
Yeah.
I feel like for the most part, I was very happy with like what I put out there and like what I stood on. Like, not every encounter was lovely and all roses, and I think that's the beauty of reality TV, is like seeing the dynamics, still being able to come together as a team or cast or whatever that, you know, however people describe us, and you know, make the most of it. But no, I'm mostly happy with what I gave. You know.
Did you expect to get into that tiff with Chloe about the assistant, who we hear you're no longer working with anymore?
Not at all.
Okay.
Especially because we chatted about it, like I thought we were over it. But
And then the cameras went up, and all of a sudden it was...
no, it wasn't. I mean, it was around the time everything was going on. And we were just, you saw the party. Like, I was there to party, and I've had a couple drinks. And then it was like, Chloe's like, I need to talk to you. And I was like, if Chloe needs to talk to you on the side, you know, it's a red flag.
Yeah, it's a moment.
You're in trouble.
Yeah.
Can you sing? Can we do a duet?
Oh my God, she's such a great singer.
Chloe's, I mean, that's the thing. Like, all of you guys
Yeah,
have so
yeah.
many different, like, passions inside
We're all so different.
businesses and everything like that. How do you, like, how were you, was anybody surprising to you while filming that, like, you saw different sides of them that, like, maybe you didn't know while you guys were just day-to-day coworkers?
I've seen sides of everybody. You know, you see it all. I would probably say the most honestly surprising was Jonathan. Just like, just spiraled out of control there a little bit. You know.
Why do you think that happened? Do you think it was the excitement of having the cameras around and him wanting to deliver some sort of moment? When that podcast was going down,
Yeah,
like everything that both he and Jess said, I was like, are y'all serious right now?
That's
Like,
what-
be for real.
Yeah.
Literally, us watching it. This is not even for TV. This went down. Like, we're like, is this a joke?
Yeah.
You know. He was probably the most surprising for sure, because, you know, he seemed like he had something promising going on. Like,
Yeah.
he was, you know, breaking the fold a little bit, but
Yeah,
had
next
some
gen.
business.
Next
and-
gen.
Next
Like,
gen.
Yeah,
He
I
loves
mean,
that motorcycle. I'm like, what are we doing here?
we're like, what are you doing with your dirt bike, kid?
yeah.
Like,
I'm like,
take your
it's
dirt
like-
bike out of the office.
It's like Six Flags. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's very weird. And when the podcast happened, were any of you kind of like, you're sitting right here, just say it to me. Why did you guys have to go be little babies in the podcast booth?
Listen,
Or was that their energy? Like, were they kind of like, you know what I mean?
that was their energy.
Yeah.
I'm more like old school New York. If
Yeah.
I have something to say, I pull you aside. I'll give you a little Chloe shakedown. You know.
Like, you were telling it to me, or yes.
No, but I like that. Like, I respect Chloe for like not being fake. At the end of the day, it's like you may not agree with every one of her decisions or how she goes about things, but like she's gonna let you know how she feels, and you're gonna leave the room with like at least there's no stone uncovered. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's powerful for friends to just kind of break through that. Like, this is where I'm at. This how, whether they're right, wrong, or whatever. At least it's all out.
And
you
if
know?
there's any questions left to ask, she'll answer it on TikTok.
Yeah.
There you go. See you at 5.
When we were chatting with Chloe recently, we asked her about Jess M's participation in all of this, and she said that she was able to forgive Jess and that Jess has turned a leaf and really took accountability. What are your thoughts on Jess M's participation in the podcast and the things
Yeah.
that she said? Do you think
Yeah.
she should have also gotten fired? Or?
Well, I mean, I don't think that's what exactly got him fired. I think it was everything after that as well.
Right.
I mean, me and her had a few conversations about it. You know, I definitely felt like he dragged her down in his negativity a bit.
And
It's
sometimes
not
that's
usually
easy to
like
do,
her.
honestly, when someone is like talking and
Of
smack
course.
talking. It's easy to join in.
But don't
yeah.
put it on a podcast.
Right. You're like, can we stop recording here?
Yeah.
You know, she's actually one of my closer friends in the
Okay.
entire group.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot to see about her. She is a genuine person.
Is she? Oh, sorry. Oh, I was gonna say, is she having to do a lot of damage control-ish right now? Because I mean, you're close
Yeah,
friends with her,
yeah.
but I'm sure a lot of people are like, okay,
People
I'll vibe
are
with you, but I
on
don't
their
trust-
fence. People are definitely like on the fence. They just kind of want to see how, you know, she really acts after this. You know, like they're watching her close. I mean, I definitely feel like we're a tough crew. You know, like we're able to like fight about money, have thoughts about business. Like, you know, we're not. While it's dramatic, I think we're also about like we know why we're here. Like everybody just wants to like close deals, make money, and like hopefully leave the drama outside the office. But it's real estate. Like these characters, and I mean every real estate agent is like somewhat of a nutcase, right? Because you're working on commission 7 days a week. It's cutthroat. The city's super competitive. I mean, you just see the competition in the office. Imagine the entire industry of all the agents and people I got to deal with.
Right.
And then like you push through some of your hardest like obstacles or weaknesses or whatever it is to like somehow land on top. It's just like you're chasing chickens. You know, you're like it's a lot.
How do you blow off steam then? Like, I mean, it's so much like because it's such a stressful. Do you even have time to relax or
I mean,
do anything for yourself?
You got it. I'm in the gym every day. You know, hitting the stall in the steam room. You know, I believe in like meditation, affirmations is like a huge thing for me. just like really getting myself in the frequency almost, you know, like you kind of have to like conjure it up, you know. And they're just going out, dancing the night away, you know, like where's the playlist at, you know, like
What's on
I
your
think-
playlist? What's like, what do you like to
oh
get
my
down
God,
to?
what's on the playlist?
And then where are we dancing?
Yeah.
It's so funny because I can literally be, like my playlist is so random. Like let's see, the last people I searched for were
Oh, I kind of love this game.
Wait,
it's
yeah,
like-
totally.
Chromeo,
Okay.
Okay.
then to like Chief Keef,
Okay. Okay.
then to like Alicia Keys, then I'm
Okay,
like
yes.
listening to Travis Scott to Jadakiss to
Wow,
like
okay.
Sade, like
He's got range.
Fontaine's DC, like a punk band.
All right.
Okay.
I'm like, I really.
You can't be put in a box.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
You can't put me in a box. Yeah.
But I feel like we can't put you in charge of the playlist because it'd be like every song would be so we're like the vibe would constantly change.
Well, no. I
That's
read the
also-
room. I read the room, so I'll know the room. I won't say it out loud, but I'm usually like the designated DJ. I'm like, give me the aux. I'm gonna turn this thing out.
Okay, so if you're reading the room right now with me and Danny and all the pink, what are you playing?
Oh gosh.
How about Doja Cat Say So?
Oh,
That's
okay,
not
that
what
works
Doja
for
Cat
us.
says.
That works for us. Okay, you know the vibe.
I got some B-sides though.
What are these?
I got some B-sides. Well, the recent Let Fontaine DC, they're kind of fun. It's like a punk band, but
Okay, we can
I
get
have
punky.
punk,
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
long bangs.
I'm bringing a little rock and roll back in the energy.
Okay, let's do that.
You know?
Wait, and you said, do you like to go out dancing? Like, where are you painting the town in New York?
I mean, of course, the hot nightclubs like Little Sister and Soho Grand, and there's so many that are shut down. You know, so
Well, that's
the
why I was
thing.
asking you because I feel like
I feel like
almost
clubs are
every
dying.
every place that I used to know is like now, like
Yeah,
you know
no,
what I mean?
it's
Yeah.
it's
like a CVS.
changed.
And the CVS lighting is not fun for dancing.
Right, and those never turn
So
off.
fluorescent.
No.
No.
Right, yeah.
No.
I
Sonic
love a
can't
good
help you
rooftop venue. Like I live in Williamsburg. I love Williamsburg
Cute.
Okay.
because you have like Arlo Hotel, the Westlight. Have you been to
Love
Westlight?
the Westlight. Actually,
No,
very
I've never
yeah.
been.
The view, it's the
Amazing.
best view in New York City.
I also just
Next to yeah.
I'm obsessed with just like hotel bar energy. It's just so nice and like it's fun people watching.
Then you're gonna love Miami.
I know.
'Cause that's like-
we gotta
that's
get
like
him
Miami,
there. We
yeah.
gotta get him there.
Is my invite sincere?
Absolutely.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. South Beach, the North Beach, you name it, you know. No, I think there's a lot of little hidden spots. It's like speakeasy vibe now. It's a good party dinner. You know, you get like a nice Paros dinner, like something a little bit more upbeat.
Ooh.
You know, even Brooklyn Mirage, you just kind of get out of
Oh, that's a late night.
cross the
Yeah,
bridge.
Well, that's an early morning. That's a.
But the right event, it can be like done right.
Okay.
You know, they have like the one I always go to each year is they call it All Day I Dream.
Oh.
Go to this one,
It's a
September
dream?
15th. It's a dream.
oh, it's
Okay.
next week.
It's like the 15th or something
Oh,
else.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, right
And that's
around
like the
corner.
party that like I never miss each year. Lee Burridge, who actually became a client of mine.
Wow.
He's a DJ. I'm like, do you know I'm like your biggest fan?
Wait, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's a cool
yeah, that
moment.
was kind of sick.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
I didn't want to like
amazing.
tell him. You can't tell people at the gate you love them
Yeah.
that much. You're like, just
Going-
yes or no. You know, you kind of signed the dotted line.
Yeah, well, going back to real estate, you were explaining how it's cutthroat, it's competitive. Danny and I are really curious about
Yeah.
the casting process for owning Manhattan. How cutthroat and competitive was that? Because there are hundreds of agents
Yeah,
at
yeah,
Sirhan.
yeah.
There's only so many spots on the show. I would imagine that a lot of people wanted to be on the show. How
course.
did you guys prove yourselves? It's a great group that they
Yeah.
eventually figured out.
It's an amazing group. I think we were all like, I mean, there was a casting where everybody, I think, in the office had a chance. And there's a lot of people who are also in the show, like in smaller capacities too. So like Ryan made it like everybody has a chance to be in it. You know, you have properties, you have great stuff going on. So like we've seen a lot of the others. I don't know how really competitive it was, to be honest with you. I was kind of like just chatting with like Ryan and the team. And then it was just kind of quiet, you know, like we just, you know, just kind of did our thing, you know, and everybody kind of got back to work. But like people are definitely like speculating and wondering like how they could, you know.
Join. Like, do you think
Get
there's any
in.
people in the office that you think would be really good to come in the mix for season 2?
I mean, there's just so, I mean, literally real estate, you might as just well call it Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like, it is so many unique personalities. I mean, look at even when they were doing $1 Million Listing, Frederick Eklund, Steve Gold, like,
yeah.
this is normal, guys. This is not like I like found like the diamond in the rough. It's like you can probably take any of those agents and like look into their story, and there's probably something gold there.
There were
you know?
also probably like a lot of agents who were maybe hesitant to even throw their hat in the ring because they didn't know what season 1 would look like. But now that season 1 is out there, it's a hit. People are loving it. I would imagine that there are a lot more agents who are trying to
There's
get involved
agents
in
getting
season
into
2.
business.
Right.
There's agents that are just applying to Sirhan. There's agents that are getting their license all around the world that have seen the show that literally email me or DM me. It's like, I want to get in the business because I saw you.
Yeah.
Like that's, it's like, it's
How
crazy.
does that make you feel? Is that overwhelming?
Like, wait, don't. I know it looks this way. I'm joking.
Yeah.
You know, you just want to make sure like they make the right assumptions and sort of, you know, get themselves in order. Like, this is a business at the end of the day, you know, like it's a TV show, it's great, but like, just like if you're watching Top Chef, it's like, do you really want to step in the kitchen with the top chef right now and like do what we're doing? So you have to really be discerning and ask the right questions. But I love that people are encouraged to like take a step, because I mean, that's really what it does. I mean, that's what these things do. You know, they're like a catalyst for everybody to feel like, hey, I could do this. And I would have never dreamed that this would be where I'm at, you know?
Because I feel like, especially kind of just like so many jobs too, doing it in New York is such a different beast and ballgame. And I mean, like, there's obviously expensive real estate everywhere else, but like in New York, it's also kind of a funny thing where it's like, this is like, it's a 1-bedroom, that's $8 million. And like everyone else in the world is like, how? But it makes sense to us here. What is kind of like the biggest like real estate like trend or thing happening in like New York City right now that people are kind of obsessed with, if there is one?
I mean, new developments are going to have like bigger amenity spaces, more wellness spaces. Everybody wants a little private office space since remote working has been like the new norm. If they can get an outdoor space, you know, those are definitely more coveted. And I think just the finish, you know, like we're getting away from like, you know, some like the shiny like wood grain look and going for more like a matte finish. Like things are a little bit more quiet luxury than ever, you know. You know, getting away from, you know, crazy gold faucets and so on, and people are going back to just, you know, steel and like, as I said, like a matted finish.
Are you more of a quiet luxury boy, or do you like
Absolutely.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like a little pop. I think you have to have something that like draws your eye, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't like anything that feels like it's trendy, you know? Like trendy for me is like it's in one day, out the next, and like you got to realize that money that you're spending on renovation, you want to add equity to your house and then really have a buyer in 10 years
Want it.
that wants it.
Yeah.
So
Right.
just think twice before you do your red kitchen.
Yeah.
You know, I know you love it, but think twice, you know?
Do you have a favorite neighborhood in New York City to sell?
Ooh.
To sell in or to hang out in?
To sell and
sell.
hang out. But
Well-
let's start with sell.
I'd love to sell in Tribeca.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Okay.
does every other real estate broker in New York.
I'm sure it's a great place to sell.
There's just some really cool architecture there. Those old warehouses, the cast iron lofts. You're closer to the
The
water.
commission.
The commissions. Yeah, you know, we're doing, you know, there's easily 3 bedrooms are above, you know, $10 million. You know, it's no big deal to see a price tag in that neighborhood. Love to hang out in Soho. Love Williamsburg again. I feel like that since the meatpacking has died, everything has gone Soho. Or funny enough, like Midtown West, like Hell's Kitchen. It like
Ooh.
split.
Okay.
You know, like the
Yeah.
big clubs, the Nebula Club, and like all these places, like we didn't have a lot of big nightclubs for a while. You know, the
Yeah.
Stafford Room, this, that. So I feel like a lot of it's going towards Midtown and Soho as like the meat package sort of died out.
Which is so funny
You
to
know?
think that like 10 years ago, I feel like Midtown's gonna be the hottest place to go out.
Well, it's funny because it bled into like, so again, how long I've been in this business? 16 years. Midtown was a lot more desolate.
Yeah.
I don't know how long you guys have been in the city, but like it went from like West Village bled into Chelsea, but everybody cool in Chelsea went to Hell's Kitchen,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And like Chelsea's still hot, but like Hell's Kitchen wasn't as hip as today. Like now it's like, you're not living here, like what are you doing with your New York life, you know? Like the Hudson Yards, like I've seen all that,
It's
like
been so crazy to watch
Yeah.
become
I
a
know, it's
just
insane.
become a whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like you know, it's on like, if you look at each week, I mean, it probably rivals like one of the priciest listings getting sold is in Hudson Yards. So, you know, and also the upper Chelsea, it was desolate there. I mean, it was quiet. It was nightclubs and like these like weird warehouse, like factory like buildings that were
Yeah.
it's like, I guess there's some office lofts here, but like there's nothing going on residential here.
What do you think is the most up and coming neighborhood
Ooh.
in New York City right now. I don't know if you watched The Real Housewives of New York City, but
Yeah.
Jessel called it Tribeca up and coming. And it was
Okay,
like,
so here, no, so this is my little inner scoop. It's the eastern side of Tribeca. Everything east of Church. It's like East Village meets like Tribeca.
Huh.
So it's a little hip.
is that what Jessel meant?
I don't know if that's what they meant.
But he's defending her. He's helping
But-
her out. Yes.
I'm telling you, it's like because all the art galleries are there now. Like all the art gallery parties, you can literally do like an art gallery like bar crawl, and like just pop in and out. And
That
I'm
sounds
telling you,
fun.
it's the most fun you have never had in New York City as of late because it's always shifting. So you got to find where the energy's going. There are so many parties and dope things happening in the east.
Okay.
So like just east of like West Broadway Church.
Does my phone work? I get no invites.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you covered, especially because you're gonna become a real estate broker now.
Right?
With a million, I mean,
We're gonna get him his license.
Okay, done and done. Yes. You're
But
gonna be my
no,
tutor.
really, if you want to just, there's so many art parties, especially now fall's gonna happen. You just walk around, you see all this foot traffic going on, and you're like, wow, this is hip, this is happening.
Wait, this is a funny thing, and I wonder. I'm
Yeah.
sure it happens, but I wonder if like you all talk about it at work. Like, what happens if like you're showing a listing to someone and you're like, I think we're soulmates. Like, does that ever happen to anybody?
Like
like-
people like,
That you're like that want that you like are looking to buy.
and then you just like have connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can have a lot of connections out the gate, like whether it's dating or like you obviously don't want to overstep that kind of client relationship,
all-
so you
yeah.
kind of wait for their like their call, their cat call,
You
or
wait until
whatever.
the credit check clears too. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right, you can learn a lot about someone during the home buying process. Yeah.
Like my clients are like really my best friends. Like I tell people I haven't worked in years because I'm doing business with my friends a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know?
That's so interesting. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I just moved back to New York City from LA, and me and my husband, we bought a place in LA, and we became such good friends with our realtor. Like, he's like one of our besties now, and I love him.
Because you
So
got to
happy we met
realize. Yeah. So it says you're a realtor.
him. Yeah, yes. My realtor and my friend. Kirk.
Yeah, no, but like if you think about it, like I got to tell you where to eat, where to drink, where to work out, where do your kids go to school, like where's everything
Yeah.
happening if I have a celebrity come from LA. Like they're trusting me with everything and they want to know like they don't walk to the end of the block and it's a little sketchy, like they want to know all the ins and outs
That's true.
and they just want to know that they trust somebody. And sometimes
Yeah.
they're in town for 24 hours.
And also,
And we got to
I feel like you kind of unofficially work as a therapist a lot of times too.
my God.
Where I feel the amount of spiral and crises that go down.
It's so emotional, the home buying journey. Like,
You might as well call me
tell.
Dr. Jordan
No.
because like talking people off cliffs, I might as well work for the FBI at this point and like you like do like hostage negotiation because like I'm telling you right now, I feel like the psychological part of this business is how you sell. It's not just it has nothing to do with the finishes, it's everything in between.
Yeah.
It's
What's like
everything
the
in between.
craziest client crisis you've had to help someone navigate during the home buying process?
I mean, there's just so many. I mean, like I had a lady on Soho like just threatening to die. Like just threatening, like I'm gonna die in this apartment. I'm gonna die in this place. Like every time there's a problem, she's like, I'm gonna die in here. We're like, we got a deal. Like you're out in 90 days.
Yeah.
Like chill
You'll
out.
be fine. Also, you're
You
in
know.
Soho. You can breathe for 90 days in Soho. Yeah.
No, but she thought she's like, I'm having heart palpitations. I'm gonna die. Like we're like,
I do love your impression of this. I
I
need
need
to meet
to
this
hang out with her
woman.
at an art gallery in Tribeca East.
I'm like, we got her out of there. She's still alive.
Thank gosh.
She's okay. You know, there's just been so many like instances. Like I had another client just didn't take no for an answer because the client goes, I'm trying to get them into a loft. The broker says we have a contract out. I'll let you know if something happens. My client's like, what? Like, no, I got to see that loft. So she went to the building herself, somehow met somebody like on one of the floors, like
love
below
her
the
already.
owner, schmoozed the doorman, figured out how to get in the loft, how to get an offer in on her. Like, it was like, she's like, this is why I would be a good broker. I was like, yeah, but you know, if I did that, I'd be like thrown out of the business. I can't just.
You're like, you did it under the table and not correct, girl. But yeah.
She's like, I showed up. I met the doorman. I met the fourth floor person. I got the news for the owner. I got a direct number. I'm good. I'm putting my offer in.
Holy shit.
And like, I was like, teach me your ways.
Yeah,
But like,
truly.
I can't do all this. You know, I got to keep it.
It's kind of
ethical on some
incredible to
level.
hear all these stories when so many times I feel like people really doubt real estate agents on reality.
It looks like the
TV.
easiest job. It's the hardest freaking job ever, I swear to God.
And
because
people are always coming for like whatever real estate agents are on reality TV. They're like they're not even
doing the yeah.
Yeah, it's like we can look at the MLS.
it's like people judging you guys. Like, oh, all they do is sitting on a couch with, nice realtors and making money. No,
well,
it's like,
I mean,
there's a lot
that
to
is
We
it.
ate lunch too. We had to run out and get lunch. Like I waited online at Dunkin' Donuts. Like it's busy.
No, but it's actually because you have to realize you've got to negotiate. You have to know about your financial news, right? Like mortgage. You got to know about all the legal, the legal side of the business. Excuse me. Like you have to have prowess over like how to negotiate, personal finance. Now let's talk about the renovations, where to live. Do you know the neighborhood well? Do you know this type of property well? Like, can you read like a reno and like really speak about value or like how much somebody has to invest, or what if it's a gut job? How much is this going to cost me? Like, you have to know about freaking everything.
And also just like so much, like you were saying, it's like on commission stuff, dealing with someone who could be like coming in so hot and then right before they're like, I'm out, I can't do it right now. And you just have to deal with the client's personalities.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the cold feet.
Well, that's the psychology part.
Yeah.
Because like you'll wake up and think, I just want to move to, I've been doing my search in the West Village for months, and all of a sudden I just want to move to, you name it, like
Maine.
Park Slope.
Yeah.
Like Park Slope. Well, I mean, we love Park Slope, but you've been looking in the West Village for 6 months with me. You don't hang out in Park Slope. You don't do anything. Why Park Slope? And you can't tell them that their thoughts are legitimate.
That's true.
And you have to still uncover that. But like they're supposed to see the loft that they're supposed to put an offer in.
Yeah.
Because you've been looking and like this is the perfect home for you. And then we got to go to Park Slope for the next 2-3 weekends. You got to do
I
it.
got artichoke pizza? No, what are we
Yeah,
doing?
you're like,
yeah.
and then they'll be like, no, you're right, I don't like it again. And then we ultimately may have lost out on that place that we should have bid on because we had to discover Park Slope. So this is what's like places are moving while your clients are looking, and there's, while they're, struck with indecision, those places move regardless.
Yeah.
They get multiple offers, So that's tough. That can be tough, So you have to keep people very focused. You have to remember their whys. Like, why are you moving? It's not because you want an extra bedroom. It's because maybe that extra bedroom gives you the freedom to work at home, or the freedom to have like a little, his and her room. I don't know. But everybody needs their own bedroom. Trust me, that's the key to a marriage.
Okay.
But like, it's fluid, it's changing. So you have to keep people very grounded and like reminding them like what their initial motivation was, and hopefully they kind of get back to that feeling, or they may scrap it all. Or your perfect client may say, not this year, we're going to rent for a year. And you're like, okay. You have to be okay with it because that's your client. And like my clients I keep for life. 16 years now, you start meeting the kids or the nieces and nephews, and even if they have kids, like I'm dealing with people who are in college or like in their 20s, and now they're like 40 with like a 20-year-old or something. And I'm like, what happened to me? I'm like, what?
That's
Like,
a
how did
weird,
that
yeah.
happen?
Oh gosh, yeah.
And like they're like, so it's there's a
That's
lot of
true,
like
yeah.
this is generational business here we're talking about, So you're working with these families, you can't rush people. I believe in like, if it's a match made in heaven, we'll all know. Even if we have to kind of like make the move. Sometimes it's intimidating too. You see all these people at open house. You're wondering like, I don't want to like lose an offer. And that's like the most painful thing. You see your dream home, you like it more because everybody knows when they're shopping at a store, that one shirt that you didn't buy, the person sees like the beauty in it and takes it up. You're like,
And you see them
they're
wearing
smarter
it.
than me,
Yeah.
But it intimidates you. Now it's a house. And you're like, I've been looking for a year, and this is like the one place that I've finally seen. And now it's, like 10 people are bidding on it, and like I have to come above asking price or maybe finance more or whatever it is. And like I have to walk people through those emotions. Or what happens if we lose it? How do you feel still encouraged? Because some people are crushed.
Yeah,
Some
you
people
can't,
are
like,
crushed.
Yeah.
You thought like grandma died.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
you missed on a place. Like you didn't miss the Titanic. Like.
Totally. Yeah, no, that happened to me and my
Well,
husband
hopefully you
too.
did miss the
No,
Titanic.
hopefully the opposite.
No, but that did happen to me and my husband, where we were like so crushed. We were like so in love with this one place, and then we didn't get it. But then it all worked out because the place that we ended up with, we like really loved, and it was a bigger space, and it was so much better for us. But like when that happens, like you don't see that, and you think your world is like.
So that's where the
actually ending.
psychologist meets the fortune teller.
Yeah.
Because I gotta go. It always works out, or that wasn't the right one. And like, no,
Yeah.
it wasn't right. I'm like, let's see what's in the cards for you. It wasn't the right one. Ultimately, the best thing is going to work out for you.
I do like that your approach is that you don't rush your clients, but with now reality TV is a part of your career, and there's like a season that films in a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Do you feel pressure to sort of like rush transactions?
No, still, like, I'm not, this is not for TV, like, you know, this is not for TV on some level, you know, like, at the end of the day, like, I'm still protecting my clients. Of course, we all want to have a slam dunk in TV,
Yeah.
but I know, like, after the show's over, like, I have a relationship that I really need to maintain.
Yeah.
So I always keep that first. The cameras are really over the shoulder. We love, listen, season 2, like, I'd love from fresh transactions to happen, but we're rolling dice here still. You know, it's a tough market. It's election year. People's heads are in 20 different directions, and we're going to be filming season 2.
And with season 2, because before we let you go, because we could talk to you for so long, but we know.
Oh my God, is it that?
We know you have to go to Queens to
No,
close some
I'm good,
deals.
yeah.
But is there, like you were saying, like you hope for some more transactions? What else do you hope that you can show viewers in the second season that maybe you didn't get to show in season 1?
Oh, so much. I still feel like it's a Who is Jordan March.
Ooh.
Right? When you leave season 1, I feel like you get a good idea of everybody, but I feel like there's still a lot uncovered.
Okay.
You know,
There's
like
intrigue and mystery around you, which is nice.
there's a little intrigue. So we're gonna do a little Who is Jordan March campaign soon,
Ah,
Okay. Well,
and maybe we just show some pictures of like what life should be like with Jordan March.
oh, what life?
okay. Well,
But I'm a artsy. Like I live like a Medici. I'm at the galleries. I'm in East Tribeca.
You're in Trieste, yeah.
I'm a musician. I'm a father of 2 kids.
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
So showing people these kids, and my son, if you've seen him, like
Is he a riot?
he's a riot. Like you guys would love him. He's
How old?
such a little diva boy.
That's two
Obsessed.
diva boys right here.
Okay, we'll be
love a
playing
diva
Say
boy.
So. Yes. Oh my gosh.
No, it's
Wait, how old is he?
he's 8.
Oh,
I have
oh,
2.
that's yeah.
One's quiet, more into sports, super competitive, but the
Okay.
little one, he's like such a mouthful.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay,
Tons
he
of-
runs the house.
He runs the house.
Yes, okay.
He runs the house for sure.
Oh my gosh.
He's like ever since a baby, he'd be like, "Your breath stinks." Like at 2 years old, he would like tell a grown up like, "Your breath stinks." I'm like,
We need more people like him.
Yeah.
brutally honest, and he has like this adult level banter about him. It's kind of nutty.
Wait, what's his sign?
Yeah, like he's like, he says, "I don't like real estate reality shows." He's like, boring.
Oh.
He's like shading me the entire time.
What is he
and now,
watching?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was like. What are you gonna watch? And he's like, "Well, what season am I gonna be on? What season am I on?"
Then it's interesting.
I'm like, "So you don't like it now?" Or if I'm telling people about it, he's like, "You're still talking about that show?"
Oh,
Wait, I'm
I'm like,
obsessed.
"It came out like
Can
2
he come
months
to your next
ago."
interview?
Absolutely.
Wait, when is his birthday?
He's a Leo. He's August 11th. Yeah.
that's giving Leo energy. Star
Yeah,
of the show.
yeah. No, it's hilarious. So I send it to the producers here and there, and they're like, "This is nuts."
Oh my god.
But like, I have a team. Like, I have a big business, you know, and like,
Wow.
I have a lot of fun doing what I'm doing, you know. So it's good. I think also just more dynamics with the team. Like, we kick it, we hang. Like, there's Jade, there's Chloe, there's all these personalities. So just seeing us hang a little bit more, seeing us do more business,
Yeah.
just continue to more all the fun stuff, you know.
I love that.
But like the upbeat side of it too.
Oh my God. Well,
we
that's
can't
what-
wait for
we
that.
can't wait for it.
Oh my gosh, there's so much going on in that office right now. The tea is gonna be hot, season 2. 'Cause
Do you
there's a
know
lot.
when filming starts?
We're starting like now.
Ah,
Yeah,
Okay.
we're filming like in the next week, you know. So we're gonna be shooting. There's a lot. We're doing a big reunion on the 20th for Ryan's Sell It conference.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Oh,
So that's
a
gonna be
good fun
sick.
kickoff.
And a lot of us haven't. Some of us are hanging, and some of us haven't seen each other since the summer. Everybody's been vacationing a bit. So now it's like we're putting everybody back in the room and seeing exactly where the flares go off.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, the fireworks.
It's gonna be nuts.
I was gonna say, I'm sure you could wait a few extra days
No,
to
it's gonna
cool
be
off for
nuts.
that, but we're very excited to watch that.
Yeah.
And we can't wait to see more
And of
you.
course, more sexy real estate.
Yes.
Who doesn't love some real estate porn, right?
My favorite thing.
Yeah. So there's a lot in store.
Oh my God. Well, we can't wait. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So much fun, guys.